Hi, I'm Angus Wright, and I also go by Angus By Design. And today is a recap of the last 40 days in which I incorporated into a personal practice listening to an episode of the Here and Now podcast featuring Ram Dass. It's part of the Be Here Now network. Um, and uh, Journaling about it, creating a journal, writing quotes in a physical journal, and then drawing an animal oracle card in order to cultivate mindfulness and reflection. I do this as all part of my own personal wellness recovery action planning and as part of my daily maintenance for my own mental health. And originally, I had set a goal to do so for 40 days. And I achieved that goal. And in that time span, I created 40 short videos, probably about 15 minutes a piece. And those videos act as a reminder for me. They reflect on days where I'm in my wellness, participating in my own goals. The tool also it's part of like a series, I guess, that I would refer to as journaling out loud, where I'm creating tools in my own voice with my own intention that will serve me during times when I'm not feeling really great. And so I've often used these as meditation tools, and also just even sometimes as a way of checking in with myself. So this was something that I did as part of a daily practice that I was already engaged in, and so creating these videos with the oracle cards, it was just in addition to something that I was already doing. And the first episode that I happened to do this as part of in my daily practice was called Embracing the Mystery. And the cool thing is that the last episode that I did this 40-day goal with was called The Path of Awakening. So what I'm going to do now, in order to just summarize and cap that particular project, that particular journal that I did, I'm just going to read some of the messages that the Oracle card gave over the last 40 days. And the cool thing is that I received 28 unique messages. And some of those, so in the 40 days, that means that some of those were repeated. And what that means to me is that those are areas that I could maybe concentrate a little bit more on. So here goes. And what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to multitask this, because as I read those messages, I'm going to pull one final oracle card to summarize this whole experience and to influence where I take this next. So shuffling and reading is difficult, and if you see my eyes averted, it's because I can't memorize all of that. So I'm just going to read it off the screen. So taking a deep breath and just focusing the energy of what I just shared, celebrating the achievement of setting a goal and seeing it come to fruition, and just kind of remembering what the last 40 days have brought. Even within the last 40 days, I've experienced a number of changes, and so it's always good to sort of reflect on that as I'm celebrating and planning for the next goals, right? So, embracing the mystery, the path of awakening. Trust in divine detours. Claim your independence. The miracles are endless. There is always enough. Overcome any obstacle. You see clearly now. Nothing is wasted. Clear out the clutter. co-create in spirit. Take time out. This and that are true. Be at home. Now is a lucky time. Embrace the in-between. Spirit has a plan. Take a leap of faith. Be generous of spirit. Take the lead. Watch your words. Believe in yourself. Think on your feet. A rebirth is assured. Transformation is beautiful. Tend to the small things. Be playful. Watch and wait. Be loyal to what you love. Make your dreams come true. Embracing the mystery, the path of awakening. Those are some beautiful affirmations now. Recapping all of the effort that I've made in the last 40 days as a personal spiritual practice to cultivate mindfulness and reflection. And focusing on that energy, checking in with spirit in order to summarize this experience. And the oracle message is the fox spirit. And the fox is saying, think on your feet. And as I've done for the last 40 days, I'll just read the message and I'll use that to reflect and cultivate mindfulness. So fox spirit and think on your feet. The oracle message. Be alert now, for fox spirit has appeared and you are meant to move swiftly. Let this clever spirit draw out your creativity as you adjust to rapidly changing circumstances with resilience, grace, and astuteness. Fox spirit helps you to think on your feet, using your best judgment and wits to help you slip into a more advantageous situation. Now is not a time to hesitate, but a time for swift action of the mind, a time to think outside the box and notice the many ways in which you might make a move. Aware of your surroundings, and always clear on what you deserve and wish to co-create. Trust that your cleverness, guided by fox spirit, will serve you well. The protection message. Are you camouflaging yourself to avoid intimacy? Perhaps you are being too clever for your own good and playing games to protect yourself. Being dishonest with yourself or others can become isolating and create obstacles to true connection. Fox Spirit calls you to be attuned to what is happening within you and around you, so that your quick thinking and creativity can lead you to better relationships and situations. You are called to use your fox spirit beneficially rather than in ways to keep you from experiencing what you want. Or perhaps right now you're realizing that a situation is trickier than it appears on the surface, and you are afraid to make a move in case it turns out to be a mistake. Fox Spirit is here to remind you that when you are in alignment with the Great Spirit, the answers and solutions can come quickly, and you can trust them. Don't overthink a situation in order to avoid the challenge of facing a difficult truth. Fox Spirit's creative nature will always be there to guide you and help you move quickly into better circumstances. So, I can't help but think on my feet that that's a perfect message for me, because I live and manage circumstances that create a little bit of time travel for me, I would say. So I have anxiety that often, if I'm trying to predict the future, right? If I'm caught up in my thinking and my feelings and trying to figure out what's to come, then I can get really trapped in that. And my fear can rise and my anxiety can rise in those moments, right? If I'm ruminating, if I'm thinking too far backwards, then it opens the door for me to create an energy in myself that becomes depressed, right? I have major depression that I deal with. And sometimes my thoughts and feelings can affect my physical wellness. Sometimes my physical wellness can affect my thoughts and feelings. And while that may seem universal, part of my challenges sometimes is being aware of where I'm at and how long I've been there and where I need to be. So thinking on my feet, trusting my judgment, trusting my faith, it allows me to be present. It allows me to be here now. Right? Here and now, which ties directly into the purpose of the podcast. The lessons learned from somebody who reflects parts of me that I can really tune into and identify with and learn from. So I'm Angus Wright. I also go by Angus By Design. And this isn't a sign off. It's a celebration of a goal that I set and achieved using a model that can work for anybody. It's not a sales pitch. It is a model of personal wellness recovery that is steeped in hope, personal responsibility, education, self-advocacy, and support. And in my background around meditation and Reiki and all of those teachings tell me that just for today, I will not be angry. I will not worry. I will work honestly. I will be kind to every living thing. Namaste.